I'm gonna start off by saying, take the risk. Do it. You won't regret it. It'll be the best thing you ever did in your life, but it may be the scariest experience you've ever done overall. Take that first solo trip. You've been debating, you've been stuck, you've been comfortable. You want to take that first solo trip? Just take it. Let me tell you a quick little story. About 2 years ago, I took a trip to California, from Texas to California. First solo trip I ever took. Scary experience. Don't regret it. I love it, and I learned a lot about myself. Now, note, please, if you ever go on a long road trip, take a big vehicle. We were packed in a sardine of a Toyota Tacoma. Much love, that truck was really small. First solo trip outside of the state. Up to the Grand Canyon, beautiful. If you have a bad knee, like me, don't do it. It's gonna suck. I complained, I cried-ish. After that, we went to California, did our thing, went to Muscle Beach, Venice Beach. Why they call it different beaches? That don't make any sense to me. It's one long strip just sectioned out. But it's just one, it's in the same area. It's all the same sand, same water, just different sections. Why you gotta call it different things? Call it the beach. We had fun. Now, note, LA, my opinion, highly overrated. Stupid overrated. What's the hype? The whole thing is one big movie set. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. I've gone twice already. I still don't get it. Stupid expensive. And matter of fact, here's a picture of a breakfast I had at a hotel. I get it. I was at a hotel near LA Live. Actually, I was right beside LA Live. This breakfast cost me $30. Look how plain it looks. $30 for a breakfast. LA, stupid pricing. But yeah, that was my first dip in solo traveling. Now here's where the real solo travel begins. Last year in 2023, I've always had a bucket list to go visit Canada. I love it. Everything about it, the country, the scenery. And the reason being is because I watch a lot of YouTubers that are from Canada. I always want to visit, I always want to go. So a good friend of mine sends me a link to a company called EF. This might be a long ad read about using my promotion code. But if you want to use my promotion code, it's UARogelio100. Use that promo code whenever you check out at EF Ultimate Break. Get $100 off. I help you, you help me. You know how promo codes work. So I want to go to Canada. Canada was my very first trip I want to go to. Actually, it was on my bucket list. Friend sends me the link. I look at the link. I'm like, is it true? Is it false? Is it a scam? Is it real? And she's like, I don't know. Figure it out. You're the guinea pig here. So that's what I was. I was a guinea pig. And I risked it. And I booked the trip in January, February, and my trip was in June. So it was instantly like 5 months away. Now note, here is one thing I don't understand about people that are ambassadors with EF. No hate, there's no hate. And if EF sees this, no hate. But how come, the thing is, it's hard for people in general to talk about pricing. Here's how EF does their pricing, and here's why I like it so much. You look at a trip, and you're like, oh snap, it could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Now note, on the website itself, they have with flights and without flights. I go with flights because I'd rather have them handle everything for me. And here's the beauty of it. I'm gonna talk to you like I'm talking to everybody else. I'm not gonna talk to you like, oh yeah, here's a script. I'm gonna read off of it and say it word by word. None of that. You look at the itinerary, you look at the whole trip, and everything is planned out for you. For day one, until the last day. If the trip is 14 days, take 2 days off because the first day is travel and the last day is travel. So if it went from a 12-day trip to a 10-day trip. Just keep that in mind because that's the reality of it.
And the reality of it is, I don't know math. How'd I go from 14 days to 10 days? How'd I graduate?
Their pricing, in my opinion, best budget-friendly way to travel to your dream location. Here's how it works. You pay $150 to reserve your spot. Sweet. You can do monthly payments, just pay as you go or when you can. But everything has to be paid 3 months before the trip because they use those 3 months to book everything for you, hotels, flights, food, whatever. Now, if you book it out a year in advance, you have a whole year to pay off a trip. If you book it 5 months, you technically have 2 months to pay off the trip. So if you got it, you got it. If you don't, use the budget-friendly way and do a month and a year in advance. Note, I'm going to Italy next year in May, and I booked it this year in July, June, can't remember. It's currently September 2nd as I'm recording this. like in June, July. I booked it in the summer. All right, booked it in the summer. I'm going to Italy in May, so I'm doing payments as I'm going, and it's easier for me. It's budget friendly. So I went to Canada, and it was a lot. Going on the trip itself, like going to Canada by myself for the very first time outside of the country, scariest experience ever. I'm going somewhere I don't know. I'm going to a place that nobody knows me. Obviously, Canada's one of the main languages is English. So obviously I knew how to communicate with the people there. But it was that feeling of taking that jump and like, oh snap, my first trip is out of the country where people don't know me. And if I need help, I don't know where to go. So like you get there, you meet everybody on the first day, you have a good time. And I could literally go on and on and on about how perfect it is to travel with this company. You just gotta do it. Just do it. Now, solo traveling itself, I would say go anywhere by yourself, far as you can possibly can go, and just experience life. Go out of the city, go out of the states, go 5 states away, take a plane ride and go across the country, and then just experience what life is like. Now you'll be fine. You'll be all right. You'll be chilling. Super highly recommend everybody to take a solo trip, and I'm taking this spot as an advantage. We are here. I'm with a family trip, ironically. I'm on a family trip in Oklahoma. It is Labor Day weekend as we are here. We're in this beautiful, beautiful house. Today's our last day here, so I figured I'd take the advantage and just film before we leave, before we go home. This place is definitely for the people that want to get away, disconnect from the world, use their phones as little as possible. Just a way to enjoy nature and enjoy life, because that's what we have, that's what we want. That's what we got. I like how I'm just rambling. Look, man, when I first took my solo trip, like first ever, I was definitely a different person then than I am now. I think differently. I sometimes do things differently. Now, am I more motivated? Am I like a nomad or whatever? Am I gonna go out and do crazy things all the time? Absolutely not. I still get scared at times. I still think about, is this a right idea to do, or is this the right thing to do when it comes to traveling, when it comes to doing like dumb things? Do I want a jet ski? Of course. Do I want to jump off a jet ski, like jump a ramp with a jet ski? Probably not, but the idea sounds really, really cool. It's just different, man. It's just different. It's definitely like a surreal feeling. It's definitely one of those feelings that you don't feel like you are real sometimes, if you know what I mean. It's just weird. I still think about, am I capable of even doing these kind of things? I've already done it, but am I still capable of doing solo traveling? Even though I just started, I'm currently 26. I started solo traveling when I was 24. And on these trips, on these EF trips, I've met people that are 18, 19 years old, and I get jealous of them because they started super early. I wish I started super early. Is it just like a cultural thing? I'll speak upon Hispanics myself, and I've met a couple that just done solo traveling, just took the risk and said, fuck it, I'm gonna go. But it's just a cultural thing that we are so tied down to our family that we are too scared to like branch off just even a little bit. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, I branched off, I went to college, I went here, I went there. I'm like, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours away from home, and I branched off and did my own thing. That's cool, that's awesome, but like actually like leave and be far away from your family. Because I did it when I was 18. I went to Houston. That's 2 hours away from my hometown, but I was just 2 hours away. I can drive 2 hours back home and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was by myself. I had freedom, but I was still close enough just to come back home. Is that like our kryptonite? Is that like our weapon? Do we use is that our, do we want to go on offense, but that is our defense? Like, that's what's blocking us from taking that one step further. It was kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tough the very first time, trying to convince my parents that like, hey, it's gonna be okay that I'm gonna go to California, which is a couple states away from Texas. It's gonna be fine. Just trust. That's all I need, is just trust and believe in me that everything's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna come back safe and in one piece. And that's what happened. And that's what ended up being like. Had fun, came back, told stories. Cool. On to the next one. Let's go to the next trip. And now it's a little bit easier. Taking that after the first initial step, it's a little bit easier now than it was then. And if you want to start solo traveling, and if you are the type of person that's like me and many others that are not tied down, I wouldn't say that that is like really close to your family that's hard to branch off from that, trust me, it's gonna suck in the beginning. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be completely worth it. Do I have all the answers? Absolutely not. Am I filthy rich? Absolutely not. We are at this house, of course, but we all budgeted coming here. All right, that's the reality of it. You don't have to be, I thought you had to be stupid rich to travel. I thought you had to be filthy rich to see the world. I thought you had to have loads and loads of money to even get out and experience certain things, but you really don't. Now, of course, doing these kind of things takes money. Everything you do takes money, and it takes time as well. Am I loaded? Absolutely not. Do I want to be? Of course, but the only thing I'm loaded on is coffee right now. You don't have to break the bank just to go experience life, to travel and see other places. Bro, you could even just go outside in nature. I mean, oh, this is peaceful, this is nice. You're just surrounded by trees and just listen. Man, all I really gotta say is, if you are wanting to solo travel, just take the jump, take the leap, or risk it. You'll be fine. Money will come back. Money will definitely come back. If you are in college, the time will come, most definitely. I thought my life was way behind. I would see Instagram and Facebook it is horrible. It sucks. I thought I was way behind in life when I would see my friends, traveling, buying these things, getting married, having kids. I was like, Dan, I'm behind in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm way back there, and they're way up there. And it ain't like that. But I'm still gonna think like that sometimes, of course, 100%. But it ain't like that. Everything comes at your own time. Damn. Everything comes out of your own time. Everything will fall into place at the time you want it to fall into place for, something like that. Bro, I don't know. I like how I try to sound motivational and very wise. When it comes out of my mouth, that doesn't sound right, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's just cold. I really have no direction with this video. Just kind of want to ramble and just talk to you and have you listen for a little bit. And I kind of like these kind of conversations. I wish I had somebody here with me for my second video, talking about this kind of stuff, just going back and forth with it, feedback off each other. If you ever want to come to Oklahoma, it's pretty fun. It's nice. We went to a little river, waterfall area thing, whatever. Flew my drone, got some nice scenery, did kayaking. We did kayaking. And that itself was a really big adventure.
Go, voy detrás de ustedes.
No, my life jacket. Pa la derecha, pa la derecha, la derecha, la derecha, la derecha. I feel like it should have been better. You with mom and me with dad. Aquí huele a pescado.
What y'all think about the all white outfit? Kind of like it. Actually, dumb little story about this white outfit. When I was so I went to Croatia this year, and if you notice, I got this awesome scar right here on my leg. Now, I will give you the small details, and if the person is willing, the person that I got the scar with is willing to share their story, then we can probably go in full detail about this awesome scar I got right here. But to make a rather long and detailed story short, we were in this island called Miljet, and basically it was a mountain, and there's only one main road, one service road on this mountain, and we're on our way to go see some caves, and I want to go see some caves too. So, on the group, it was like 25, 26 of us, something like that, and about 10 of us want to go see some caves. Now, they had this moped rental service, and we wanted to rent some mopeds out. And now, perfectly, you could fit one person on there, obviously, but comfortably, you could fit, comfortably, you could fit 2 people on this moped. I get on the moped, on the back of the moped, and I start to go film. And we go up this mountain, right? It's kind of steep, lots of twists and turns, a lot of twists and turns. And we get to this sharp hairpin left turn that also went uphill at the same time. Now, I even got shook and got scared. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I don't know, do you speed up, slow down, or do you slow down and speed up? In the moment, I didn't know what to do. We aimed to the rock wall. My flight or fight instincts came in, and I, for the dumbest reason, I stuck my foot out. My foot kicked back, then my shin went forward. To not go into too of a gross detail, flesh came out of my leg. And that happened in the middle of my vacation. I had 5 more days of Croatia. It sucked. It was bad, but didn't make. I thugged it out, as people say. Thugged it out. Just did what I had to do, and just kept on going. And it hurt. It was horrible. I luckily had some medical professionals on this trip with me. They took care of me. Shout out to them. Yeah. So that was one story on how I got this scar. Now I'm gonna show you. I got a tattoo of the route that I took. You see, it says start is where we started, and on top is this DNF. This means did not finish, because that's where we crashed. We didn't go see the caves. Came right back and got assisted by medical. And yeah, so, and that day was our whiteout party. So you see in the picture, I got this huge white bandage on my right leg, matching my white outfit of what I'm wearing right now. Completely unintentional me wearing this right now. Yeah, that's kind of one story I could say about this outfit. Crazy story on how I got injured in a different country. So yeah, take the trip, go solo traveling, risk it for the biscuit. If you have the money, do it. If you can do it with time and money, I say go for it. Go small, go across the state, go to a different county, spend the night at a different city, and then work your way up to something a whole lot bigger, like maybe going across the country or going to the other side of the world. Going to Croatia was nerve-wracking. First time in a plane for about, going there, about 12 hours total, 13 hours total. So about 24, 25 hours total in a plane there and back. So nerve-wracking, kind of scary, kind of nervous. I did it, I'm doing it again, going to Italy, and that's it. God bless.